Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. I'm back. 2 weeks, well, not 2 weeks, right? Yeah, 2 weeks. Back from Germany, safe and sound. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Didn't get any footage, but we'll just do a short overview of what did happen, the little that did happen. I'm going to go get a beer. I know, it's kind of cheesy, but I had to get something, right? I was in Frankfurt. So I'm going to go fill this up. I wish I could show you the pour, but it's a picnic tap. Ain't going to happen. Be right back. Guys, look at that. Beautiful pour. I'll also talk about this here in a few minutes, but I did take advice and tried I tried gelatin on this beer. This is the big IPA. I put gelatin in this beer and look at this. Now it helped a little bit, but you can still see cloudy as ever. But still beautiful. Gosh, I'm standing a couple feet away and I can smell this thing. So good. Alright, I'll be back. Got a couple things going on. This is going to be a choppy video. Cheers, y'all. Oh, so this is a happy Homebrew Wednesday. Doing it on a Tuesday night. So, can I pass it as a 24-ounce Tuesday? Victor Brews, shout out to you, brother. Loving seeing all these rambling videos of the 24-ounce Tuesday. I don't have a can, but I'm doing the best I can at this point. Part of the reason this is going to be a little disjointed, I'm going to have to jump back and forth. I got to go check on it now. I've actually had a brew night. I was going to shoot some video of it, but just didn't get a chance to. Had too much going on. But I'll recap that here in a little bit after I get that all wrapped up. But wanted to pour this out, get this video started, say cheers. I'm glad to be back. I've got to catch up on all the videos between the F It Fridays, the Homebrew Wednesdays, the 24-ounce Tuesdays. You guys are crazy and I love it. But so many videos. Trying to catch up, but loving everything going on. Cheers, guys. And I will be back in a bit. Whew. Alright. We're back. Forgive me for the hot, sweaty mess here, but I figure y'all don't much care. Cheers, guys. It's my first class I'm still working on. I've been running around like a madman tonight. Had to get something done. Had to get a beer in the pipeline, man. And gosh, if y'all are just tuning in and even for the first, what is this, 4 or 5 Homebrew Wednesdays? I've been talking about IPAs like crazy. Y'all gonna think the IPAs are all that I've done. That being said, tonight's brew was again another IPA. A pretty seamless brew night tonight. I wish I could have gotten footage of it, but I had to get it done. This is on a Tuesday night. Brewing on a work night is kind of a tough thing. I really didn't even get started with the brew day till about 6:45 p.m. And it's 11:30 and I am done, cleaned, beer in the fermentation chamber, everything. So when you're talking about really a 5-hour total from beginning to end all grain brew day, whew, I'll take it. And along the way, I got a yeast starter going for the next batch I got to do in a couple days. But yeah, tonight's was another decent sized IPA. Again, a kind of a New England and New Northeast style IPA that I've fallen in love with. This one is actually has a purpose behind it. I'm gonna be putting it into a competition, and competition wise, I got a bunch to say on that. I'm setting it up right now. That's gonna be next week's Homebrew Wednesday, because a lot of things will have come full circle. I'll be able to address it then. And 2, give you just my general thoughts on competition. Carlisle Carlisle Smith, right? He and I have been talking back and forth a little bit. I think he's a brand new brew tuber, kind of just like me, loving his stuff. Go check out his channel, Carlisle Smith. But we've been talking about competitions a little bit and what we think about it, kind of, you know, score sheets, you know, does that really tell the tale of a good beer? So go check out his channel and see what he thought about it, and I'll give you my my thoughts on it next week. But this beer is for a competition, and I will address my my competition views next week. But yeah, pretty seamless brew day. The only frustration I had a little bit is I'm seeing a little struggle with efficiency. It's a little frustrating. I'm not one that's super particular on measurements. But like tonight, I was supposed to hit 10. I think 1074 was the original goal for the original gravity. And I wasn't too far off. It was about 1070, 1069. But still, that wasn't even a lofty goal for efficiency, and I still missed it by that much. So I'm a little frustrated. So I don't know, guys. If you have any tips, so my system is extremely simple. I'll show it to you at some point. But I batch sparge, so not fly sparging. If you have any tips from all you batch spargers out there with simple systems, give me a shout out. What have you found that has been really useful to kind of get those extra points of gravity that you need? Whether it be patience, whether it be a slow sparge, whatever. Shoot me a comment below. I'd love to hear it. Hold on just a second. Alright, so regretfully, like I said in one of my previous videos, usually I only have 2 beers on tap. You can see it over my shoulder in my kegerator. Sometimes I get a little overflow, which is what I've got going on right now. And I can put a picnic tap in my fermentation chamber over this way. And but now I gotta put that new one I just did tonight in the firm chamber. But so I had to pull the one I've got kegged out. So that kind of sucks, but I'm not too worried about it. It's still a little chilly here. Even though right now, in the last couple of days, it's been in the mid-60s. It's about to drop again, so I'm not too worried about that beer getting too warm and messing up on me. Anyway, so I poured myself another, but it's nice and foamy because it's warmed up a little bit. Alright, so I'm trying to do this all in one take. I don't have time for editing right now. Good gracious me. So what's happened in the last 2 weeks since I talked? I mentioned I was going to Germany. I did. Was in Frankfurt from Sunday night to Thursday morning. It was a good trip, long flights, but overall successful trip. Business-wise, met a lot of cool people. Beer-wise was a little disappointing. Didn't get to do any exploring, really. I had some beer with dinners and meals and had a couple cheers with some co-workers and vendors at a conference. But other than that, the beer scene was a little... I didn't get to investigate it very much. I will say this, though. The few beers that, you know, as for the most part, Germany... right now, and I'm sure there's pockets out there, so don't get mad at me, are not incredibly innovative with their beers. A lot of the beers have been around a long time, especially ones that are easily accessible. But that being said, things like Polliner. I had a couple different Polliner beers while I was there and was just floored by how much better they tasted there than they do here. Ones that you can get both there and in the US in bottles or on draft or whatever. Wow, so much better not having had to go across the Atlantic. So maybe they weren't the most spectacular, innovative, crazy, sour, you know, whatever beers out there. But man, there is something to be said for a great traditional, well done beer, and it was fantastic. So I will say cheers to the Germans there. They know what they're doing to brew really clean lagers. And man, Dunkels, I had a couple Hefes, just beautiful, beautiful beers. So nothing innovative, but man, just quality stuff. So Germany went on without a hitch, but not a whole lot else to report outside that. No beer footage. Let's see. We got a bunch, several things coming up. Nothing else really too much beer related happened in the last week other than Germany. You got a bunch of stuff coming up. I'm going to cover some of it next week, I think. But also, let's see. I've got 2 birthdays that I've been requested to brew for, so that's somewhat flattering, I guess. One is the huge 11.5% IPA that I'm supposed to be doing. I've been talking about for a while. That's what I just did the beginning of the starter for tonight. I only have a 2,000 milliliter flask, so I think I'm going to do a 2-liter starter and then step it up even higher in a couple days so I can to get them ready to take on that beast. But also got a request to do a Belgian wit beer in about a month from now. Maybe about a month and a half. So I'm excited about doing that one for another party and a good group of guys that it'll be for. Also, the Belgian quad that you saw in our first Homebrew Wednesday video is ready, man. I haven't got to personally taste it myself, but one of the guys that I kegged it with has been over to the homebrew shop and has taken a taste, and I'm going by his word, he said commercially spectacular. So again, that's not my word. We'll pass judgment when it comes time. But a good sign nonetheless. So hopefully I will be over to the homebrew shop this weekend, maybe Saturday, to collect my 5 gallons of the wheated whiskey barrel-aged Belgian quad. I'm so freaking excited about it. So maybe I'll shoot some video there, and we'll most definitely share some tasting notes of that when it comes. So I was talking about this puppy here earlier. One of my other videos showed how unbelievably cloudy it is. Again, Conan yeast, blah, blah, blah. But, so I took the advice. One, I was lazy and I did not bottle off several for comparison, like a couple of you guys suggested. Great suggestion. Sadly, I'm kind of lazy. And didn't bottle off a few bottles of it, but in the end it didn't look like it would have been too much of a surprising result. But yeah, I gelatinized this, and I've done gelatin before. I did it in a Belgian triple, and it cleared unbelievably brilliantly clear. Maybe I'll open up one of the last bottles I got at some point and show you how clear that gelatin got. But these are gelatin, and it's still that cloudy. It's unbelievable. I also did it to my Berliner Weiss, and you can see that it helped a little, not a lot. I'm still glad I did it. Berliner, you're not worried about stripping out too many flavors or anything. So I'm glad I did it. Glad I did it on both. I think it helped a little, but as you can see, it sure did not help a lot. Whatever, man. I figure it's probably going to be the same story, the one I just did, but I'm going to try to put it in a category in this competition that it's going to fit the style. Anyway, so that was kind of a kind of worked, kind of didn't, but glad I tried it. Gelatin. I just don't do it that often with most of my beers. I don't normally have this, so that leads me to believe it's very, very yeast driven. So not really worried about it. Let's see. What else? Guys, it's been so fun watching your videos. Like I mentioned earlier, Victor Brew getting this 24 ounce Tuesday started. I don't know that I'll keep up. Even with the F at Fridays, I've never even poured a black and tan, a half and half for myself. So whether I chime in on those or not remains yet to be seen, but I enjoy watching you guys do it. It's awesome. It's cool to see updates. Really, really enjoying you guys' channels. From people that have subscribed to me, I'm able to subscribe to you guys and see that this BrewTubers world is way bigger than I could have ever imagined. And I'm sure there's still a ton out there that I've never even seen. So a couple guys I've been digging on lately, their videos. Like I said, Carlisle, he's brand new. Carlisle Smith, go check out his channel. The Dean's List is doing great things. Victor Brews, Rookie Brew down in I think it's New Zealand. I think he's a Kiwi. A bunch of other guys out there, man, and I think some of them are in the same boat that I am, or just coming out of the woodwork and trying to join this community. And it's been fantastic to see the open arms that we've been received with. Man, I really appreciate it. It shows exactly what this craft beer homebrew is all about. And that's acceptance, that's community, and it's really impressive, guys. I appreciate it. So with that, if I can't think about anything else to talk about, I'm rambling here. Somewhat as part of a homebrew Wednesday, but then, man, I'm turning it into my 24 ounce Tuesday, even if I don't have a can of PBR or the Modelo, whatever. Gosh, what have you guys been drinking? Tomato juice? Anyway. So on that rambling, what's been going on in the life of me? Work's going well. It's super crazy busy, but loving what I do. I just changed jobs about 5 months ago. Same company, same area, but very, very different responsibilities, and I love it. So cheers to somewhat enjoying what you're doing to pay the bills. Cheers to that, because I was not doing that 6 months ago. I hope you guys are all out doing that. So whether or not it's a choice, whether or not it's a conscious decision, figure out what makes you happy and go after that, man, because life's too dang short. Clement's Homebrew says it's too short to drink bad beer. But it's also too short to be unhappy in your everyday life. Carla also said something in one of his latest videos about just taking a second, really realizing what matters most to you, those who matters most to you, and really making that the priority, letting those people know you love them, and making every day worthwhile, happy, fulfilling in whatever that might be. And a lot of people have a hard time doing that, and that's not the way it should be. So cheers, guys, to another week. I'll get back to you soon. More information. I still got tons to talk about, just like Dean's List did the other day. I want to sit down and I want to do what's the right word? I don't even want to sit down and tell you about how did I get to this point? What does my rig look like? What beers do I like to brew? What's my MO with home brewing? I want to do one of those real soon. Tell you about all the dang sours I got going on. They're so freaking good. I'm going to get to it, guys. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing. I promise there'll be more entertaining content at some point soon. I want to get into doing some reviews. I'll start by reviewing some of my own beers. I hope I get to taste some of your guys' beers out there. They look freaking awesome, and I just don't have that many home brewing friends that I can sit here and try and taste their stuff, their homebrew. So anyway, guys, cheers. I'll see you soon. Keep it up. Like the video. Subscribe. Let others know I'm out there, I guess. Man, but that's not what I'm out here for. I'm out here to hang out with you guys, get to know you guys better, and just show you what I'm doing. Man, this rant's gone on a long time. In true 24-ounce Tuesday form, I see I've got 18 minutes, and that wasn't even the previous stuff that I did. So, guys, have a great night. Have a great rest of the week. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Happy 24-ounce Tuesday. I won't do an F-It Friday, so cheers to that as well. And have a good week, guys. Again, life is too short to take life too seriously and to do things that you don't enjoy. Go out there, tell your loved ones that you love them, and make the most out of every day right now. Because you never know. You never know. Alright, guys. I'm done. I promise. Cheers.